Now, South Africa's largest union, NUMSA, could down tools in a wildcat strike at Eskom tomorrow. Gary Bell, he's the CEO of Bell Equipment, joins us on the line for more. Gary, good morning and thank you for making the time to join us. Let's talk about the NUMSA strike from one of the industry players. Are you getting a sense from your workforce that it's digging in of the heels, and unless their demands are met, the strike is going ahead?
Well, yeah, it very much, it does sound as though the strike is going ahead, and so we are prepared for it. We are, we've been working with the union just to ensure that the guidelines are in place and that sort of thing. But yes, it definitely looks as though it's going ahead. Yeah,
Gary, when you say you've got plans and you're dealing with it, I mean, how long can you sit out a strike? The platinum miners didn't expect a 5-month strike. That's what they got. What's your order book looking like? To what extent is your business at risk the longer this strike goes on?
Yeah, obviously, we'd like to see it resolved sooner rather than later. We are going into it at a time where generally the economic activity is not that high, and we do have, I guess, a little more finished goods inventory on the shelf, so to speak. But yeah, certainly we couldn't deal with an indefinite situation. But yeah, I'm hopeful that we'll get it resolved in a reasonable period of time and not have to deal with a 5 or 6 month type issue that the platinum guys had to deal with.
Gary, the media here in South Africa have quoted the demands that have been made by the workers as a 12% increase. How much are you willing to pay as an increase?
Well, I think it needs to be a little bit closer to reality. One has to understand that there's a huge number of people that are unemployed. I think in the country, we're also one of the worst in the world in terms of the youth unemployed. So I think it does need to be a little bit closer to reality, closer to the inflation level. But we're not dealing with the issue at company level. It's been dealt with through CIFSA, the bargaining council. Yeah. So yeah, I think a little bit closer to reality would bring it a decision a lot quicker.
Yeah, CIFSA reported to be thinking about a lockout, or is enforced a lockout. Gary, you've been in this business a long time. Your family's been in the business. What's the mood? And I'm asking that question because of the way the AMCU rhetoric, the NUMSA rhetoric, they're saying it's not about percentages. It's about the structure of the industry. It's about a living wage. Much more emotional, big picture kind comments being made. What's the mood in your workforce?
Well, I think clearly there's some there's still some catch up from the past. So for that reason, it needs to be possibly a little better than inflation. But there's still the economic reality of it. As a country, we can't. If you take our football team, we can't demand to win. We actually got to play to win. We've got to play really good to win. And it's no different in our business. We've got, as the only sort of domestic manufacturer of machinery, we've got 20 or 30 imported competitors that would love to step in, and it's very easy for them to do it. There's no protection of the industry, and it's very easy for them to step in and pick up the business that we might lose if this thing is extended.
Gary, thank you so much for making the time to join us.